New sunny day, guys. I think it won't rain today, so we're gonna go and apply a second coat to the slab. Also, yesterday while it was raining, I came here and separated all the profiles for the first wall. As you can see, they're all labeled and you know exactly where each profile goes. Once the slab is dry, we will start assembling this first wall. Another crazy weather day. I don't know what's going on in this area lately, but again, it's like all cloudy. It seems like it's gonna rain like yesterday. We don't even know what to do. This is the last piece for the wall number 2. It is crazy to know that in a couple of weeks the cabin won't be the only building here. The wall number 2, we have H1, H2, H3, horizontal, 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 vertical 1, vertical 2, vertical 3, and then 2 diagonals, diagonal 1 and diagonal 2. This wall goes right here. So you can see these 2 holes. This hole, well, this is for the anchor bolts. This big hole, it is for this pipe. And now I'm gonna start doing the same for the wall number 3, which goes right there. This side has 2 walls, one here and one there, so that they're like 2 short walls. They are exactly the same wall, but like a mirror. Just wish we can have like 2 days of sun and we get this building all framed. I don't know if you can see here, but I took a picture of the plan and I know I need 1, 2, 3 verticals and then 1, 2, 3 horizontals and 2 diagonals, and I have, so we're good to go. We have both walls here plus the big one that is sitting on the deck. I don't think I'm gonna bring any more walls, and since the weather is not helping, you see another unexpected storm is coming. So I'm gonna move ahead. I think I'm gonna speak with Eugenia and just gonna leave it like this and maybe seal it when the building is done. I'm gonna start cleaning the anchor bolts because some of the concrete went on the thread. I wasn't wise. Next time I'm gonna put some tape on them. Once the concrete is dry, I just take the tape off, and then we'll put the waterproofing membrane, which is sitting here. We'll cut strips of them, 7.5 by the whole length of the building, and probably start building the first one, because one good thing about light steel framing is like doesn't matter if it rains or not, you can build, but the concrete is delaying us. I don't feel like waiting any longer. Do you? All right. Eugenia, what do you think if I start building walls and maybe seal the slab later in the week, because it's still, again, it's gonna rain today?
Yes, I think it's a good idea. Don't you need
I wonder live. Aspen? Lolita? Before we clean the anchor bolts, we are gonna actually trim them because we don't need them that long. Here you can see, not quite sure if the camera is catching it or not, but you can see already how the first coat of the sealer it's working. You can see all the little water drops. That's what we want. So every time that we use the hose, we just do like this, and it's pretty much dry, you know. But we'll show you how it works once we give final coats. I already finished cleaning and cutting all the bolts for the first wall. Now I'm gonna check if the bottom track actually fits. Hopefully it does, and it doesn't give me much of a nightmare to make it fit. Just like I expected, a couple of the holes don't fit for like just 1 millimeter, because I could already see that the concrete pushed them a little bit, like leaning towards the front. I'm gonna go ahead and use the abrasive file. Now everything fits. It looks pretty good. I'm gonna show you right now for the future project. If we still go with the structure like this that comes pre-cut, I think we should drill the anchor bolts and glue the kind of epoxy thing that goes in the concrete and then fixes the anchor bolt, because you need to be really accurate. And now I realize why people use this size. You drill the hole in the concrete, clean it, and then put the epoxy. Just put it in. When the epoxy dries, solid as a rock. But yeah, here is how it's looking. By the way, just found out that Lolita stole my jacket. Lolita, what are you doing there? Alright, I'm gonna start assembling the wall. I'm gonna bring all the pieces here and put the wall together on the floor. looking quite good. It is so quick. Not quite sure if I showed you just yet, but these profiles come already pre-drilled, and with these like little circles that are like recessed in this profile and recessed in the other profile. So when you put them together, there's only one way it can go. You know, it stays like that. You know, it's not even a screw. So you just need to put the screw in, and so they're already locked in position, which is fantastic. It's making building this piece of cake. I am not securing it 100% just yet. Just placing the screws so they hold the shape, because I'm not sure if I'm doing it right or not. So I'm gonna assemble the whole thing, and after everything is in place, then I will come back and tighten all the screws. Now this thing is fantastic. Have you seen? Let's put it here. You forget about the screw. This thing is next level, you guys! Remove the whole thing. Remove a few screws. This one goes the other way around. I just made a mistake because you see these holes here are facing up because we're gonna have some reinforcement here for the header of the window. And also you can also tell because this profile is called H4. That's the ID of this profile, and also has /U. U means up. It means that the open face is facing up. I just didn't actually read it, so I'm gonna remove it. I have probably started with a more complicated panel because it has a window here and like a trellis here. But if you've been following for a while, you know I like a challenge. H5. These two holes didn't quite line up with this profile underneath, so I don't know if I did something wrong or not, but everything else lined up 100%. So I mean, it's just a matter of like 2 millimeters. I'm being a little picky here. I'm gonna force it a little bit. So for this big wall, it only took me like, I don't know, 30 minutes to put together, all by myself. Just missing that stud there and then one diagonal, and we will be ready to raise the first wall. I have to say that I'm very impressed with the system, especially with these screws. I mean, it was so easy because I didn't even need a left hand. I could have done it one-handed. And also, it's not the case, but if you put drywall here, the head, it doesn't stick out, you know, like if you put drywall or OSB or whatever, or plywood, which is a pain later, because later if you don't have this, then the head sticks out a little bit and your board doesn't sit flush. I mean, it's not a big deal, but this is as close as it can get to a perfect finish. In love with this little screw bit. And now I'm gonna go have lunch with Eugenia. Aspen, where are you going? You leaving, man? No? You're leaving? This is lunch, you guys.
No me grabe porque me encuentro mal.
Eugenia is not feeling really well today, that's why she's not out there helping. But she managed to to cook this for us. Thank you very much, Eugenia.
Pepe, no voy a salir.
Appreciate it. Alright guys, we're gonna raise the first wall up. I already put, you're gonna trust me on this one because, alright, I'm gonna show you. I already put the waterproofing membrane here. Eugenia is all ready. Eugenia, did you warm up?
No.
You didn't warm up. Alright guys, let's go! A ver, sí. Aquí.
Tú eso te lo debes poner cerca donde vaya, ¿no? Y levantarlo.
Pero que no lo puedo arrastrar, que para bajarlo.
Ah, pero ¿lo llevamos para arriba?
Claro, coño, ¿qué va a hacer?
Pero si está bien.
¿Hace mucho bien? Espérate, tiene que ponerlo en el suelo. Ahí está. Y ahora vamos a llevarlo para ti. Bueno,
Espérate, está el stat. Vamos a intentar meterlo.
ahí está.
Que aquí tengo este anchor bolt, ¿sabes?
Ya.
El de este lado.
Y yo también, pero.
Vamos.
¿Dónde está enganchado?
No lo sé, en el olivo.
No. ¿Qué hacemos?
Yo
Tenemos
así
que...
lo... Una, dos. No. Se está enganchando el este anchor bolt mío, Pepe. Tenemos que poner un poco...
Una. Levantamos, ¿eh? Dos.
No puedo.
Ya, ya. Ahí estamos. Toda puta liga, ¿viste?
Qué guay la proporción, Guillo.
Está guapo, ¿eh?
Sí.
La ventana, ¿no?
¡Wow! Me encanta.
Last screw. That was the last screw. That means that this first wall is all done. It took us maybe 30 minutes to put it together on the floor, and then standing it up was pretty easy. Probably took me 15 minutes to screw all the screws from the interior face. Came out super nice. And Eugenia is now bringing gravel so we can clean all this area that is all full of mud, because we are staining the concrete. I mean, we're gonna clean it now, but it's not a good sight. How you doing, man?
I'm hot. I'm hot.
Doesn't matter what you meant. You're both things. You're hot and warm. I mean, look at this. Look at this. First wall, one day. I like it. mechanic called yesterday saying that the engine just arrived from Spain, so we're gonna go see it in person. So we just got out of the mechanic. It looks fantastic, guys. Cannot wait to have that engine back inside the truck and be able to drive the truck in the middle of the forest again. Hopefully next time it doesn't break on me and I can come back home. But yeah, exciting times. The engine looks fantastic and it's gonna be sweet to have this engine inside the truck. All right, see you guys later.